Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be learning about HTML, which is a hypertext markup language. Now, HTML is the most basic building block of the web, okay? It defines the structure and meaning of your web content. So today we're going to look at that. So hypertext means, I'll just type them out. So first I'll tell you guys how you can create your HTML file and where to write your code. So right now I'm using something called as the VS Code. Okay? In the VS Code, I want you guys to create a new folder. And once you create a folder, you can start creating more files inside of the folder. So if you don't have VS Code, then I recommend you guys to install it. So currently I've created the folder already. It has nothing inside of it. It's just empty folder. And I'm just gonna click right over here for new file. So I'm gonna name it something like index.html, like index.html, or you can just name it the first lesson.html. Alright? And so right now I'm just gonna tell you guys the whole definition of this HTML. So HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay. Now, currently, we're going to see what this hypertext refers to. Hypertext is nothing but it will connect one web page to another web page. Now, let's see what do you mean by a web page and what do you mean by a website. Let's see the difference now. So a web page is just a single page. Okay, it's just a single page. Okay, that you can find like a home page or the about page or the contact page. So when you say just a single, like login page, so these are called as single pages. Now these are called as web pages. Okay. Now what is a website? A website is a collection of web pages. Okay. Web pages, and the most important thing is these collections are interconnected to one another. That means you will be able to navigate from your home page to the about page, and from the about page you will be able to navigate back to your home page, and from the home page you will be able to navigate to contact or login page. Now when I say navigate, that means you will be able to go from one page to another page. Now we will see all of these. Okay. So right now we're going to see when you type this google.com, what happens? Now, your browser doesn't magically know what this google.com is going to do, but a browser can send a request. Now, when you search in the browser, a browser will send a request, okay, asking the web page of Google, right? So now the server is what replies with the files. Server reply with files. Okay. Now these files consist of the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's what I written as JS, and the browser will combine them, all of these together, and display them. Combine them and display them. Now, who does this? The combining and displaying is all done by the browser. So sorry. So that is done by the browser. All right. Now, the browser is what we call like we call it, like, if you think it simple term like a compiler or interpreter, don't think it that way, but it's just like a browser job is to read your code and just produce them, uh, display them like a UI on the screen. So for example, we will write a simple HTML code. Let's say H1, that means heading, and we say hello. Now this is understandable by a coder. Like if you know the tags already, you will understand it. But how will a user understand it? It will just simply display the text that is given right over here in the browser without these tags. But these will have some input styles in them, making sure that they display exactly like heading. And we also have p tag, which is called a paragraph. So you can have any kind of paragraph, um, or your your description, anything below here. Okay. Now every website is built based on these three core technologies that we already said. That is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML will give you the structure of your web page. The HTML, that is the current code that you've written over here, is what we call HTML. And this HTML is responsible for the structure of your website. And then CSS will completely responsible for the appearance of your website. And then JavaScript. Now, JavaScript will be responsible for the behavior of your website. Okay. Now, over here, everything is an element. When I say, okay, that means when I say a website is a collection of web page. All right. Sorry. Yeah, a collection of web page. And a web page is a collection of websites. Now, a elements or a collection, okay, elements, sorry, collection of web page. These are collection of elements. Now, what do we call these elements? Elements, or basically the tags that you use. For example, it can be h1. H1 means it is a heading tag. Now, these small pieces of tags, well, these are called as elements, and together they help you form a web page. Okay. Now, HTML is not a programming language. You need to remember that this HTML is not a programming language. Okay, and it's a markup language. Okay. Now, this HTML cannot make decisions or make your page interactive. It can just display or show. It cannot make any kind of decisions that a programming language would make. It doesn't have any kind of logic. It just describes the content, or it just helps you to display your content in the way that you want them to be displayed. Okay? And that's why you got separate languages to make it more interactive and to make it more and more appealing to the user. Now let's talk about the most important things in HTML. We will be working with things called as tags. Now these tags are like containers, okay? You simply call them as containers. Now these are opening and closing tags. So in this it will be me. Oh, I made it too big. So you will be opening and closing tag. Now inside this tag, you will be giving some letters like this or some words, and together they form a tag. And between this tag is what you call the text content. So between this tag, whatever you can give, you can write any text you want. Now inside this closing and opening tag is what to write your element name. It can be HP, or there are many more tags which we will see. So this is completely HTML is, and it's very easy to learn. You just need to know this syntax and you're already done. And the tags and how to use them and how to structure your web page. And once you know this, you will be working on with CSS and JavaScript.